Okay, welcome to the live stream here as I show off my platform, Thinklet.io. Really excited to show everybody and anybody that's going to see this. So let's dive right in. Well, this is a what Thinklet.io is the platform, and this we are looking at is a Thinklet, and a Thinklet can be made with just natural language, no coding knowledge whatsoever, and this was made by me probably over the course of like 4 or 5 hours, on and off during a day that I just got inspired by this UFO story that I read. And yeah, I mean, man, you could do so much stuff on this platform. It's really amazing. This file, I don't know how to code. I don't do any coding myself. This is a vibe coding platform essentially. And if we look at the code here, this is how many lines of code did it make? Over 5,000. It's about 6,000 lines of code that it created from just me going back and forth over here. Recently I said when I click regen on the environment tiles, I want a input to appear so I can actually redesign the entire room if I want, because right now it's a hangar, right? So I actually go here, it's a hangar, and these are 4K images. So for every Thinklet on this platform, let me actually go into, so here, let's just go home real quick. And let's just kind of scroll down. Let's take a look around here, trending this week. Let's just click into a Thinklet right now. Okay, so I really like this one. This is a kind of a reasoning thinklet that does so much. I'm going to show you this in a second. This is really cool. But if we click on the gear icon at the top right of any thinklet, and these are full stack apps, by the way, that's what a thinklet is. Essentially, it's kind of think of it as like a living document slash app slash anything you want it to make. And as I showed you, it's can be a 3D environment as well. So if we click on settings here, we have all types of settings available. So you can choose the AI models for image generation, video generation, research, and of course, text generation down here as well. You could also set model parameters, max tokens, and system prompt for the AI as well. So I really like Nano Banana 2, just came out. We can produce 2K images. We can do standard 720p for 5 seconds. Like, 10 seconds is about $1.68 per Kling 3 video. That's what we're using right now, Kling version 3. And, let's just do 5 seconds, standard 720p. We have data management. And this is one of the coolest things about the platform. It is basically a remix lineage social platform. So every single app that is on the feed, you can remix, and then if you publish it, we can all see the lineage of everything that's been published. That's been remixed from that one thinklet. So here we have the philosophical inquiry system was remixed from this. If we click that, it's going to take us right there. And this is a version of that, but it's about philosophical inquiry. So basically, you put your input here, you hit begin inquiry, and you get all of these outputs. And in fact, you can go much further than this, right? This is just showing you text, giving you a breakdown of final synthesis. Really great. It's doing a bunch of research. It's a fantastic tool. Of course, it's using Perplexity to search the web. We have Perplexity, Perplexity Pro, Deep Research. So basically, any kind of variation of those models you can imagine. And let's just go back over to this really cool one right here. So this is a 3D model of a UFO that is a guy named Mark McCandlish. Look up this story, Mark McCandlish, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But let's take a look around here. I can actually walk around this space. I can hold down Shift to go a little faster. You can see all the 4K textures on the wall. You could see I just added these rocket boosters. Now it's not very accurate, right? There's 4 of them here. There should be just 2 large ones. I can, of course, really easily make that change. So here, actually, why is it, I must have clicked something. What did I click? Let's just exit first person view. Okay, exit first person view. Let's go back into it then. Walk. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I think escape to unlock. Hmm, interesting. It's never happened before. Oh, there we go. Okay. I think it was just a key that was held down or something. But check this out. I can walk around the space. I can take a look over here. And what's this? Now I'm in outer space. Just a cool feature. So this is kind of demonstrating what capabilities you can code into any kind of app that you can imagine with no coding knowledge whatsoever. This is all from just prompt engineering and just you talking to the what we call Code CRISPR. So over here, Code CRISPR Assistant. So essentially, it creates a map of code blocks that it's going to decide to find and replace based on your prompt. So if you're like, hey, I want these stars to be a little bit more stylish, maybe I want that, I want these galaxies to be swirling a little bit more. It will find all of the code related to that. It'll find and replace, and then you have your update to this. So I mean, you don't have to know anything about coding, and that's the whole point of this platform, essentially. So let's exit first person view, and let's see deep space. Okay, let's go around here. Let's actually just reload the app, make sure everything's good. Okay. So check this out. Cross section, zoom in, right? And this is actually a pretty accurate representation of what this guy said he saw, or his friend saw at an air show. But I mean, look at this. You got the robot arm in there. You got these tanks. You got the crew quarters up here. Look at that, crew quarters. And if we want to see it broken out, exploded. All of this created with no coding, just me talking to the CRISPR code editor over here. And let's go back to cross-section, exterior, and let's just see a new UFO design. Ooh. Oh, shit. And what is it going to do? It's going to fly around a little bit, but it's going to come back, and it's going to decide to do something. Right? Okay. So, you know, as you can see, that is really cool. You can do all kinds of cool stuff like this. And let me now kind of go back here to the home screen. So this is the home screen for Thinklet.io. I mean, you can start right away by developing an idea into a real live Thinklet that you can publish. You can add to your iPhone as a, you know how in Safari you can add to the home screen and you can set up any web page as an app. You could do the same thing with this. So basically, you can make full stack iOS apps if you want, right from Thinklet.io, and then you could save them to your phone. We're going to have the ability to add iOS apps in the App Store very soon. Or you can go into the Mockup Studio, and I think this is one of the coolest things of the entire platform, and I'm really excited to be walking through this. So the Mockup Studio is essentially your way of engaging with AI to either generate mockups, generate production files. You can go into agency mode, which actually allows you to create full stack applications in 6 different target platforms. So React Web, HTML, native mobile, iOS, Electron, and full stack Node.js. So what's crazy about this is you can actually just put in what you want to create, like an iOS app for advanced fitness, you know, lessons with videos and images and, you know, all aspects fully thought out as an iOS app, right? Something like that. And I can come down here to iOS Swift UI, come down here to launch full stack agency. And now what we have is an intelligent system that is going to debate itself. It's going to hire agentic workers, and it is basically going to create an entire application from scratch. And as you can see, it says AI domain analysis, healthcare 95%, education. It's exactly right. My healthcare, and I want it to be educated about things. This is a fitness lessons, directly aligns with the healthcare domain, specifically includes fitness apps and wellness tools. Resource manager is now going to assemble a team roster, and then it's going to go from there. It is going to think to itself. It's going to create every file. So this is actually a whole other aspect, but you can actually create full stack applications right from here. But I can close this and I can continue to show you the rest of the platform. So this is the vault. This is where all of your mockups live on Thinklet.io, right? So if you wanted to do mockups before you even create an application, you can do incredible full stack mockups. And we can just look around here. Not full stack, I just mean full interactive mockups. here we can go right into this, interesting. I think it was like a UFO, another UFO thing. I think I'm into UFOs. Uh, MH370, right? This is the MH370 thing. Um, so what you can do is, you can view each mockup full screen. You can use the modify code CRISPR input at the top and basically just ask for what you want changed, and it'll instantly make that change. You can click on the drop down menu. You can change the iteration mode, basically how much thinking and analysis do you want it to do for each iteration. Do you want it to be default, which is fast and effective, more thinking involved, where kind of it doubles back on itself and it doubles checks the code, costs more tokens, but it's like really accurate, or extended thinking, which this brings in all of the pieces that basically are in the back end that could be brought into play for checking that the iterations are going smoothly, that you're not missing anything, that nothing's broken each time. Essentially, default is good enough. Sometimes for extended, it can really help with bigger ideas that you want. Um, you can change the thinking style. You can have AI decide how many iterations it would take to even do the change that you wanted for this. And you can add capabilities. Maybe I want, video. This is background, video backgrounds. I can ask for anything else I want. I can set the design style. I could say I want images. I want research. I wanted to search the web. So then anything, I set all these settings, and then I just say what I want up top. So I could say I want like a video to the background, and I want, blah, blah, blah. And it'll absolutely go ahead and do that. And I can show you that right now. So let me just come up here and just say, add videos and images to this and build it out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that to CRISPR default. I'm going to ask it to decide, and then I'm just going to go ahead and click. So when you actually work on these mockups here, what you can do is you can download the file, and then you can open that up, and it's a fully interactive mockup of the app that you imagined, right? So now you can come in here. Every single thing that was designed and built out is fully functional, right? Look at that. All of the cool stuff that you can do with this. I did not, and this is all AI coming up with all of the design for how it should look, how it should behave. I gave it some direction, but then I just let it go. I just let it keep iterating on this. And I mean, look at the fidelity of something like that. And then if we come over here, we can go to other iOS apps that I created. Look at this. We got Nexus, compliance, deviation, action. I think this is something for like OpenClaw. And then if I come back over here, I made different websites. Here's the Mark McCandlish. Yeah, so I made a website for this. And as you can see, it's really well built out. I'm going to download the file just to check it out in full JavaScript, so I can click around and everything. At the moment, JavaScript is not working within the Mockup Studio. That is going to come soon. It's just that it's within an iframe. So essentially what you're looking at right here, Thinklet Mockup Studio, everything that's in this, I'm going to show you much more. This is a Thinklet. This is a 58,000 line single file code Thinklet. So this is what's possible with the platform right here. And this is a big part of my platform, actually. So you have four main options when you come into the Mockup Studio. You can say, I want to chat with AI and I want to build apps, do some research, generate images and video. I can make multiple variations of my mockup designs. I could use a super agent that autonomously does research, self-critique, and it actually looks back at other generations it's done and lessons learned. Same with agency mode. If it finds any lessons from previous generations, it will actually use those lessons that it's gained. And then smart chat. So how it works, you just describe what you want. Basically, AI builds, researches, designs, codes it in the background, and you can then iterate from there. It's like really straightforward and simple. So design a restaurant website, right? If I just click that, click go. You have this cool little loading animations that appear. These are eagles flying. And I'm just going to let that go. I'm going to click on the X up here as that's going, and I'm going to show you the desktop mode. This is the next coolest thing I could ever show. This is the most exciting thing. So let me first come over here. Let me set a background, set a cool background. I can set a video background if I want, but for now I'm just going to set this. Let's set up a scene. So what I have created here is the ability for you to type in anything at the top, and you will have this desktop fill out with AI, well, not AI, well, AI will create artifacts that fill out this screen with scenes, right? So scenes, it could be anything. It could be a landing page, it could be images, videos, and I'm going to show you how that works. So actually, I have some scenes already set up. So you can already see right here, it did research and it created a page of that research of the latest AI trends, right? I can double click on the header here. I can make it go full screen. I can bring it back. I can drag this over. Okay. This was one aspect. I also created this, which was global news dashboard. This is another thing. I'm going to show you that in a second. Global, this is really cool. So basically created a video in the background, and then this is all the latest news of global conflict around the world. So it kind of, yeah, not awesome, but I mean, this is really interesting of what you can create here. So I can create this. I then also created a newspaper of what's going on in the world, and this is a little, this is a little crazy. This is an idea of kind of it merged like a cute anthropomorphic monster that is expressing its feelings about the news. It's a little crazy. It's a little crazy to include this here, but you get the point. So for any of these artifacts, you can immediately start building them out, changing them, anything you want. You can imagine. Click on the green button, and now you have your CRISPR input bar. So everything's really intuitive. Nothing is really like, you don't have to know any technical knowledge whatsoever. You just ask what you want changed, or you click on this actions menu and you're like, you know what, give me a visual polish, UX interactions, content and data, replace placeholders and add realistic data. You can do research. You can say, hey, do more research and add to this paper. And the coolest part about this is all of these windows and everything here, these are scenes that you can export. So I can click on the export button at the top right, and now I have that file. I am going to clear this. Okay, I'm going to clear it completely, clear all artifacts. So now there's nothing in my desktop. And now I'm going to go to the import button, and I am going to go to downloads, and I'm going to click here, and it's all back. So now you can share complete scenes of research, interactive tiles here like this, whatever you can imagine, you could basically create here. And, this could be anything you want it to be. You could also generate ideas for apps. So let me just clear all artifacts here. I could say I want an iOS app for, let me see here, for, writing poetry and then generating, storybooks with images of my poetry, with videos that, that I can upload. It's, whatever. This is just a random idea, but let's just see. I also want a video background to the app that is a calming, beautiful, serene, and still, kind of GIF loop type video. And, add a few images in there to, add to the style of certain, cards or tiles, backgrounds, something like that, right? So I just gave it a whole bunch of, suggestions here. I'm going to hit send, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, while that works, again, you can always click out and go back, and you can see everything that's happening across the app. So we just had one finish, and that is the restaurant. Let's go to the restaurant. So now we have a symphony of taste and shadow. So what did I say in the chat? Remember, we went back to the chat, AI chat. I said I wanted to design a restaurant website. It created an outline of what that website's going to be. It then generated, I'm on it, designing a stunning modern restaurant complete with an elegant hero section, beautiful menu display, a seamless reservation system, click to view, and here we are. Gorgeous. Now, what you're noticing here is we just got to download it to look at the JavaScript. JavaScript is that interactivity, as you see. There he is, right there. Signature tasting. Look at this. Crazy, crazy stuff. The culinary vision. That's headphones, not really. Secure a table, and there you go. So, I mean, you're basically 90% there to a website already for whatever you want. And then from here, you come back in here, and then you have the CRISPR editor at the top. So you type in what you want changed, or you come back over here and you can click this auto button and you can just hover your mouse over auto. And now you can type in exactly what you want changed. You could set the capabilities to say, I want images, video, web research, and again, the iteration mode for what kind of thinking style you want. Um, yeah, and then you can click auto and it automatically will go through this file and just start upgrading it intelligently. It'll start to just make decisions on its own and intelligently go through it. So let's hit auto here. Okay, let's go back to our desktop. So now we have the video generating. Let's take a look at exactly what it decided to do. We have a debug console over here. So, okay, so iterations, workflow complete, task, great. Okay, so create high quality fitness imagery, direct video asset integration strategies. Okay, phase group asset, and it is creating those tasks over here. Turbo iteration request. You're executing this on an HTML mockup. Scan this. Anyway, this is like the debug console. You can always check what it's doing and how it's thinking. And if we come over here, we might be able to see it start to make updates. And it's kind of does it live in real time. Let's go back over to the desktop. Okay, so it made our serene background video. Here we go. Okay, so we got our serene background video. Let's collapse that. We got our images that are being created. I asked for images here. Let's just organize those. Couldn't get out of this. Go back to the chat. Again, this one is being worked on right now autonomously, so I can just work on anything else I want. So this is what you can do with this. You can work on as many of these as you want at a time. You can edit these all simultaneously. You can come in here and say, you know, change this and change that, etc. And you could do that as many of these as you want. This one just made an update. Let's take a look. Let's download it and just double check what we got. Okay. Looks like it was doing something with the hero section. This looks like it reduced in size. Maybe it was trying to add something up there. I'm just going to let it keep running because it's going to continue to think about what to do next. If we come over here, we can see it had 6 out of 6 patches that it just applied, and it's going to its iteration 2 out of the 5 that it's going to do. All right, it's been running for 2 minutes. It's applied 1 update, and it's already, you know, analyzing the file, making appropriate updates, and moving on. Here, we have the agency mode. So let's take a look at what it's doing. Okay, so it's now architecting all of the files, 24 files planned for Apex Fit. Okay, so it finally came up with the name of the app, Apex Fit. Let's take a look over here at agency mode. Let's go down, boom, and now we can see exactly the process for this entire thinking process of it building a full stack application by itself. And all you have to do is sit back and watch it or give it direction here in the direct the agency. So anything that it's doing, you can say, hey, you know, change, you know, XYZ. It's going to interpret what you said. It's going to figure out when in this process it should do it, and it will then affect change. So, you know, you have an entire full stack agency available to you right here. You have, you know, your own chat interface that you can just easily create anything you want, or you can go into desktop mode like I just showed you, or here's the drawer right here, and I can go here, and now I have the 3 images made with the video, and now the iOS app. Let's see what it came up with. Okay, all right, oh my God. Okay, look at this. Oh, this is gorgeous. This is really pretty. Look at that. Write your poetry here. You got your stories and media. Let's go ahead and download this and just take a look. Stories. There it is right there. And media. I mean, that's gorgeous. And it's got this looping background. It's only 5 seconds. You could have set it to 10 seconds if you wanted. But that is absolutely gorgeous. And what I can do is I can click this yellow button, collapse them all to the dock footer area, and I can just make anything else. And I can actually do this simultaneously. I don't have to, you know, do one at a time. So what I'm going to show you now is scenes. Scenes is where I can say, you know, I want to get an AI trends report with images or a video in the background. I want a travel guide. And these are scenes where it's going to do research, create images. It's going to create the actual, the HTML page. Let's see here. Let's do space mission briefing as well. Let's do that. And let's do, I think that's a lot right now, but we can do also creative. Let's see, multi-asset. So here I click in here and it says generate 4 images, a hero background, a product mock-up, a team photo, and an abstract pattern. Then build a complete brand landing page using all 4 images, blah, blah, blah. And then I can actually type in what the brand is. I can describe it and it will then go do it. So as you see right now, it already did research. It's already researching another thing here, right here. It's creating images. It's doing deep research. Boom, boom, boom. Everything here. Here's the luxury travel thing. Okay. And each one of these I can just collapse or get rid of them right now because it's already saved in the memory. I just, drag this over here, over here. Let's just get rid of these research tiles. Unless you wanted to read through them, then otherwise you can just read through exactly what it found. Do that. Okay, look at these cool images it just made. Oh, look at that. It made an image of the background? I don't even know why it did that. That's kind of interesting. It looks like it's an exact copy of the desktop background. It's interesting. Okay. So while that builds, we're going to build a futuristic thing here, doing research. I think this is an HTML file as well, and this is the luxury travel planner. So in just a second here, we are going to see 3 information laden, from the web, mock-ups and pages that we just created from just simple inputs at the top there. And we have our entire, there we go. So it's telling me Bodrum, Turkey. Think maybe I'll chill out at the moment. Costa Rica, very nice. Emerging as a top ecotourism destination. And Jaipur, India. And what is this? This is the AI pulse. Okay, so this is the AI news that it gathered. So OpenAI drops 5.4. Oh, did it? I mean, this is news to me if that's true. Oh, wow. See, look at that. There we go. Let's see. Did it actually drop it over here? Instant auto legacy. I don't know. What model are you? Okay, you're still 5.3 over here. Okay, so I guess ba, ba, ba. Okay, so plus team and pro users. Okay, I mean, it's rolling out. Cool. Great early March release velocity. Yep, DeepSeek V4 is coming out soon. Gemini 3.1 Flash Lite. This is going to be really amazing. Yeah, this is going to be amazing because it's going to be super fast, super smart. It's going to be incredible. What we're using right now is Gemini 3 Flash for what you're watching here. So if you go Garlic, okay, GP3 Garlic upcoming and major model releases. Awesome. And we got our travel guide. Let's collapse that. Let's collapse that. This is interesting. Looks like it's struggling a little bit. Let's just take a look at what's going on. Oh, there it is. Right as I say, it was taking a while. Desktop. Oh, good Lord. Look at this, man. So not only does it have the image that was generated over here, it integrated it into the page, and now we have this amazing astrotelemetry mission control of exactly the latest news of what's going on. Artemis 2, the first crewed Artemis flight, is now targeting a March 2026 launch. Okay, great. 10-day mission, 230,000 miles around the moon. Love it. Yep, Kennedy Space Center. So, I mean, this was just made from its own autonomous research. I just gave it the starting input. I didn't even type anything. And, I can collapse this. Another cool thing is I can generate backgrounds to this. I love this. So I want a, GIF style looping, background, HD video of a, group of animals in a beautiful, serene environment, all hanging out. anthropomorphically chilling and doing various things, but subtly. So there's not a lot of movement because I don't want there to be too much movement. So let's generate that video. Let's go back over here and let's check out what happened with this. Okay, great. So it added that little sub thing. It added the scroll. See that? And then I'm going to come back to download it to open it up. Okay, tell me to scroll. Very nice. Oh, look at that. Little images show up when I mouse over. Come down here. Okay, very cool. Confirm reservation. Let's just see if it, yep, it probably did. Just say Chris. Confirm reservation. Boom, look at that. Everything is thought out. Instagram, looks like that number right there. Oh, looks like when I clicked submit. Okay, there we go. There was just like a little weird glitch there, but easily fixable. You know, that's pretty awesome right there. I mean, that's awesome. And another cool thing is if you wanted to extract any of the elements that you see in any of these things, you can. So if I go into an app here and I'm like, you know what? You know, I like that footer bar, or maybe that floating, you know, thing, or something more interesting. You go into components, actually you go into actions, extract a component, and you describe exactly what you want extracted, and it will extract the code of that thing, and then it'll have in your components drawer the ability to go to another file and just merge it. And you could do the same thing in desktop mode. If I come over here and I come over to my Muse and I come over to this, watch what happens when I drag this image on top of this file. Merge artifacts. Do you want to merge this into the Muse Poetry and Stories? Yeah, I do, but I think it's already merged there. So actually, let me drag it out, and I think it's in the media section. So I think we already took a look at that over here. Let's just... Oh, wow, here's our... Okay. Here's our background. Oh my God, I love it. What is this creature over here? Is that a real animal? I see a panda. I see a some kind of hawk thing, and then this guy. I'm sure there's an animal that looks something like that. That is hilarious. Well, and I can bring back all of these things, just clicking on everything. Look at that. Bring everything back. Now I have all of my files. I can see everything that I generated. I can collapse everything if I want. I can click the X and get back to this screen. I can look at what's still active, which is the agency mode. And if we keep going down here, it has generated 12 out of the 24 files. Everything's successful. It has chief architected every single file. It has thought through everything. And you can basically create a full stack application with not knowing anything. You can hand this over to a developer. You can say, you know, here's my iOS app. I would like it launched. And pretty soon we're going to have a one-click button to just launch this on the iOS store. So that is agency mode. This is just, you know, mind-blowing. You come in here, you can look at creates its own skills to use during the generation. All videos must use HLS for adaptive bitrate streaming to ensure zero buffering. Images must be served in next-gen formats. Custom video player must mimic the native iOS AVP player, but include fitness-specific overlays like live timers, upcoming movement previews. I mean, it's thinking of everything. It's thinking of the color, the topography, the advanced fitness content structure and engagement. I mean, it's pretty amazing. And then you can actually get, you know, have it debate to itself. The agents can debate. You can add to that debate if you want. I mean, it's just crazy what you can do. So we're going to keep letting this run. We got 12 out of 24 files being generated here. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to take this and we're going to turn it into a full Thinklet application, or we're going to see the mock-up right away of exactly what it's going to look like. So over here it says generating mock-up. That will be generated at the end of this process. So we can see what generally does this app look like that we just had it make. Now, of course, we're not giving it a starting point, right? We're not giving it an image or a description. I just said, I want an iOS app that does X, Y, Z. You can give it an image, you can give it a file, and it will follow that and follow exactly your instructions of exactly how you want it to look. So you can start out blank, you can start out with a large prompt or images, and it will figure it all out by itself. We can also switch it to light and dark mode, come out of here, come back to desktop mode. we have we have our animals. Okay, so yeah, so what you can do is also when you type anything in here, let's say I want a daily news, dashboard. I want images involved and cool videos to represent various news stories and used as thumbnails. I want extensive research on a variety of news topics around the world and the US, um, and make the dashboard extremely stylish and modern and think it through. So here we are. Let's go ahead and hit enter. So what we can do is we can actually see its thinking process. If we come to the debug console, it's going to say desktop smart planning I want, and it's going to think to itself of exactly what I asked it to do. So it's going to come up with the subtasks for every single thing I said. Okay, here we go. So 3 sub actions, and it's going to be executing 3. Okay, here we go. Sub actions 3. Start your research. It's going to do 3 queries with Perplexity. Let's jump out of here. Let's check it out. There we go. So it already did the research. It already did the research. Okay, there it is right here. It's now making the images, right? Just like I said, making the images, and it's going to make the video, and then it's going to create a dashboard. So, I mean, at this point, you can then export this file, give it to somebody else. They can load it up into their desktop, Thinklet desktop, and then they have, this exact layout of exactly what you exported. So, I mean, think of it. It's a living desktop that you can create the artifacts. You can, and AI does it all for you, and you just direct it, with your imagination. So basically, it blows my mind what's possible with this. So you have your scenes, and anytime you type anything in here, you can actually save it. So there's a little save button here that will save it to your scenes, so you can save that for later. So I didn't do it just now. I should have, but this daily news thing, I should have saved this as a scene, and then I can use it, again and again every single day. So we're gonna let this go. We're gonna exit out of here. And we are going to go also just to show everybody, there's the guides that you can always check out and read how to use the Mockup Studio. Let's close the queue. Okay, great. I mean, so right away, this is like one of the most capable aspects of the platform, and this is just scratching the surface here. The rest of the platform, you actually have the live full stack applications. Here is an image application that is both iOS and desktop formatted. So if you go into your mobile screen, it'll look like this. If you go to desktop, it'll look like this. And this is basically an image generator with all of these different categories that look like Netflix categories. So Anime Studio, come in here, boom, and you can start to create immediately anime, looking images from this, and you can organize them in any kind of way you want. You can have compare to selected images. You can go back into the history of what you generated. Here we go. This is another cool thing right here, right? This is really cool. So what you're looking at here is the full stack application. This is a Thinklet, otherwise a full stack application. What we were looking at before is the Mockup Studio, where you can actually bring your vision to life and then bring it over to the actual platform and create the app. So let's go to desktop mode again, and let's see what it did. Okay, so it created these images. Okay, great. Created a bunch of images here. And now it's creating the video. Remember, I asked for the video, so now it's going to do that. So let's just stack these over here. Okay, we're going to have the video up here. Oh, that's right. Double click that. Okay. And as soon as it's done the video, it's going to create our dashboard, our news dashboard. So we're going to see what that looks like in a minute. That'll be really cool. Okay. Awesome. So that's working. Okay, so I'm going to show you now how to take one of these and actually turn it into a real full stack application. These are just mockups. But what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. We're going to look at this app. We're going to take this and create a Thinklet. Okay. When you create a Thinklet, what you can then do is you can come to the home screen, you go to new Thinklet, you paste in that, it attaches as a file, and I could just say, make this app. That's all I have to say because it has all the other instructions and code attached. I'm going to say create, and what's going to happen is you now have in your notifications drop down what's the task being processed. I can click in here and watch it. Make this app is it, but it's got the attachment, of course, to it. These are all my past generations. So yeah, we have your home screen where you can choose AI models to build with, templates, different integrations that you can use like Nano Banana and Kling. You have trending Thinklets or apps. I really like this one. This is one of my favorite ones, actually. Let me show you guys. This one creates incredible images by really great prompt engineering that it does itself. All you have to do is give it a starting point. And, actually, I don't know why that. I have to probably fix a few things. I just clicked in there, no image showing, but it's over here. Yeah, at least it's over here. It's all saved over here. I mean, look at some of these images. I mean, it's I don't know. I love making like fantastic looking spaces. Okay, there's some bogs on the right there, but yeah, let's take a look here. So if we describe a creative vision, let's just say a baseball stadium that it was converted into a I don't know, something crazy. I mean, like a robot factory in the year 1845. This is crazy. My brain, my brain's a little weird. Okay, I think of some weird stuff. So let's just watch that work, and we are going to watch that generate a series of prompt tiles, and then we can generate each one individually. Over here, we have our Netflix kind of pick flicks thing. Back here, we have our UFO. And this one was another little app that I just made, just basically asking for a video generator where I can create screenplays and generate scenes in the screenplay, and now it's my own little app that works the way I want it to. I could start to modify it any way I want just by asking the CRISPR code editor over here. And let's go back to Oh, okay. We had that generating. So we have our app. Okay, here we go. So Industrial Diamond Reimagined. Ooh, generate image. Let's do that. I can also enhance it if I want, but let's just generate the image and see what comes. We can get rid of this for now. And we can actually pop into how it's going. So it's been going for 3 minutes. Great. It's making the app. It's got the entire code of the mockup available to it. So it will actually know exactly what to do. And then we could feed it back to it and say, hey, can you just double check and then run back again and just kind of fill in any gaps? So I'm going to get out of this. Mm. Is it not looking at my screen anymore? macOS. I don't know why it does that. Display. Huh. That's weird. Okay. All right. I guess I'm gonna I'm gonna stop this and then I'm gonna try to figure this out.